Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Coin Lovers. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Australian 20-1 coins. While most of them are only worth their face value, there are a select few that are incredibly rare and highly valuable. In fact, some of these coins can fetch serious money among collectors. In this video we'll uncover two of the most valuable 20-cent coins from Australia that could be worth a fortune, so grab your coin jar, check your change, and let's see if you might have one of these hidden treasures. Let's get started. The reverse of the coin features a beautifully designed platypus swimming through rippling water, created by Stuart Devlin, Australia's official goldsmith and coin designer. This animal choice symbolized Australia's unique wildlife. On the obverse we see the first decimal portrait of Queen Elizabeth, sculpted by Arnold Machin. This portrait shows the Queen wearing a tiara and has become one of the most admired coin portraits of the 20th century. These two design elements together made the 1966 20-cent coin an instant classic. The 1966 20-cent coin is special because it was minted at three different facilities: the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the Royal Mint in London, and the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. In total, 421,520 coins were struck. Canberra contributed about 14 million coins. London struck around 40 million, and the Canadian Mint produced a massive 367 million coins to help meet demand. This was necessary because Australia required huge quantities of coins to replace the old currency. In just 1 year, each mint produced coins with slight die differences, which collectors today use to identify their origin. You may be wondering, how do you tell which mint produced your coin? Canberra issues are the most common in terms of local heritage, but the majority of coins came from Canada. Canadian struck coins can sometimes show different metal toning and sharper strike details. The London issues are scarcer and tend to be more collectible in higher grades. Careful inspection of the design details, edge milling, and metal luster often reveals subtle differences. Some collectors specialize in gathering a complete set of all three mint versions from 1966. The most famous era is the 1966 20-cent wavy baseline variety. This occurs on some Canberra mint coins, where the baseline of the two in the 20 is not flat but instead shows a distinctive wave or bump. This happened due to a die modification or polishing error. Today, the wavy baseline is one of the most sought after Australian decimal coin errors. In circulated grades, it may fetch $300 to $1. While in uncirculated condition, it can bring $3.00 to $5,000 AUD or more. Counterfeits exist, so collectors must be cautious and compare with verified examples. Most 1966 20-cent coins in circulation are heavily worn, as they were used daily for decades. In such condition, they are only worth face value. However, coins in extremely fine, almost uncirculated or mint state condition can command much higher prices. A mint state MS-65 or better coin could sell for $50 to $100 even without being a wavy baseline. Proof-like specimens struck with polished dies are even rarer. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified many of these coins, and those in top grades can reach premium prices at auction. Beyond the wavy baseline, collectors also search for off-center strikes, clipped blankets, broad strikes, die cracks, and double strikes. These error coins are much rarer and often unique. Values range widely from $100 to several $1,000s, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Even subtle differences like die polish lines, metal streaks, or doubling can add collector appeal. The 1966 20-cent coin was struck in copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Each coin weighs 11.31 grams, measures 28.65 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. Its size and weight made it one of the largest circulating coins in Australia, often compared to the pre-decimal florin in value and heft. Collectors often note the coin's durability. Even after decades of circulation, the platypus design remains visible. For those interested in collecting, here are some tips. Always check the baseline of the two, as spotting a wavy baseline can turn a 20-cent coin into a fortune. Look for coins with minimal wear, strong details in the platypus, and a clear queen's portrait. Store coins in protective holders to preserve condition. On the market today, regular circulated coins remain common, but uncirculated and wavy baseline examples continue to increase in value. Auction houses in Australia regularly feature these coins, and demand among both beginner and advanced collectors remains strong. To wrap things up, the 1966 Australian 20-cent coin is far more than pocket change. It represents the beginning of decimal currency, carries the artistry of Devlin and Machin, and offers collectors the thrill of hunting for rare varieties like the wavy baseline. While over 421 million coins were minted across 3 mints only, a fraction are worth serious money, and those are the coins collectors chase today. If you found this guide useful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more content about rare and valuable coins. Who knows, the next time you check your change you might discover a 1966 treasure worth thousands of. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is struck in copper nickel with a weight of 11.3 grams, a diameter of 28.65 millimeters, and a reeded edge. On the obverse or front side you'll see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen, which was used on Australian coins from 1966 until 1980. For this effigy shows the Queen wearing a tiara, and for many collectors it represents a classic period in Australian numismatic history. On the reverse, the playful image of a platypus swimming through rippling water is a national favorite and has made this coin instantly recognizable to Australians for decades. Now here's where it gets really interesting. In 1981, the Royal Australian Mint outsourced production of the 20-cent coin to not one, not two, but 3 different mints due to high demand. These included the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the Royal Mint in London, and the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales. This means that while the design remained the same, the coins were struck in different locations, and as a result minor differences can be found depending on which mint produced them. Collectors often seek out these variations, making some examples more desirable than others. The total mintage for the 1981 Australian 20-1 coin was extremely high, with over 57 million coins struck. Because of this, the majority of these coins remain in circulation today and are worth only face value. However, the real excitement comes when you find a coin in uncirculated or proof condition, or if you stumble across an error coin. Proof versions were struck in limited numbers and presented in collector sets, which means they can fetch higher prices in the numismatic market. Let's talk about values. A standard circulated 1981 20-cent coin is generally worth around 20 to 50 cents depending on condition. If you have a high-grade uncirculated coin, it could sell for anywhere between $5 and $15 AUD, especially if graded by a professional service. Proof coins in their original sets can be worth even more, usually $25 to $40 AUD depending on demand. And of course, rare coins such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can command much higher prices, sometimes even hundreds of dollars. One particularly interesting aspect of the 1981 20-cent coin is the London Mint issue. These coins are often identified by subtle differences in the lettering and finish, and some collectors actively search for them to complete their sets. The Llantrisant Mint strikes also have their unique characteristics. This variety gives the 1981 coin a rich background, making it more than just another common circulation coin. For serious collectors, owning a complete trio of 1981 coins from all 3 mints can be a rewarding challenge. If you're just starting your coin collecting journey, the 1981 20-cent coin is a great place to begin. It's affordable, widely available, and teaches you a lot about mint marks, coin finishes, and how mintage numbers influence value. The coin also connects to Australian history, as 1981 was a significant year globally, with Australia continuing to develop its own identity on the world stage while still holding close ties to the British monarchy, as reflected in the coin's obverse design. When checking your 1981 20-cent coin, pay close attention to its condition. Coins with scratches, dents, or heavy wear are generally only worth face value, but those with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal marks are far more collectible. Using a magnifying glass can help you spot unique features, errors, or differences that might increase the coin's worth. Always handle coins carefully, preferably with cotton gloves, to preserve their quality if you plan on selling or grading them in the future. Before we wrap up, let me remind you that coin collecting is not just about monetary value. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin tells a story of design, brilliance, international minting cooperation, and the everyday lives of Australians who use these coins for decades. Every coin in your pocket has a history, and part of the fun of numismatics is uncovering these hidden details, whether you find one in your change or purchase one from a dealer. The 1981 coin is a fantastic piece to add to any collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next upload about rare and valuable coins from Australia and around the world. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1981 20-cent coin in your change or if you have one in uncirculated condition. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep checking your coins, because you never know what treasures you might find.